Have you ever felt like you could change your life, not just by trying harder, but by literally changing your mind? Today, we are diving deep into the science of how you can reprogram your subconscious. We're going to explore how to break free from those old, sticky patterns and start consciously, intentionally creating a brand new reality for yourself. So, let's start with a number that might just blow your mind. By the time you're about 35 years old, a full 95% of who you are is basically a computer program. It's a set of memorized behaviors, subconscious habits, and automatic emotional reactions. That means for most of your day, that conscious mind, the 5% you think of as you, it's not really in charge. Your body has literally become the mind, just running on autopilot. You know that feeling, right? Where you feel like you're stuck in a loop? The same thoughts, the same choices, the same commute, the same problems popping up again and again. Well, you're not just imagining it. It's a real neurological and biological fact. You're caught in this cycle where your past is just constantly recreating your present moment, locking you in. But what if you could actually break that cycle for good?
To figure out how to break this cycle, we've got to understand how it gets created in the first place. So this first section is all about how our brain becomes this living, breathing record of our past, putting our entire life on a very, very predictable autopilot. Just think about your brain for a second. It's like a biological artifact of your life up to this point. Every single person you've met, everything you've learned, every place you've been, it's all mapped into your neural networks. These connections, built up over years and years, reinforce this one single identity. It means your brain is physically wired to keep you being the exact same person you were yesterday.
And right there, that's the trap. See, if all of your thoughts come from memories, and they do, and your brain is just a record of the past, then your thinking is literally stuck in the past. When you think from your memories, you are chemically and neurologically hardwired to just reproduce more of the same life. It basically guarantees your future is going to look an awful lot like your past.
For hundreds of years, a certain scientific model has really hammered home this feeling of powerlessness. It's like we've been using an old, outdated map of reality, one that tells us we're just tiny cogs in a huge mechanical universe that we can't really control. Let's take a look at this old map. This really highlights a massive shift in how we see things. The old Newtonian model is all about cause and effect from the outside in. You wait for that promotion to feel worthy. You wait for someone to love you to feel love. You're basically a victim of your circumstances. But the quantum model, it flips that completely on its head. It says you cause and effect. By changing your inner world, your thoughts, your feelings, you can directly influence the world outside of you. And this whole split between mind and matter, it was really cemented by thinkers like Descartes and Isaac Newton. They gave us this predictable, clockwork universe where matter was the only thing that was real, and our mind was just kind of a ghost in the machine. It was useful for a while, but it left us feeling like our inner world didn't really matter at all.
But then, science itself broke the old model. Quantum physics didn't just bend the rules, it showed us we were playing a totally different game. A game where our consciousness, our mind, is one of the star players. Okay, get ready, because this is one of the most mind-bending discoveries ever. Everything you think is solid, your phone, your body, this entire planet, it's all made of atoms. And atoms, as it turns out, are 99.99999% energy and empty space. They're not solid at all. Physical reality is a giant sea of potential. It means we are fundamentally more potential than we are particle. And this is where you come in. The observer effect proved that at the tiniest level of reality, all possibilities exist at the same time in this invisible field of energy. These waves of potential only collapse into a particle, into physical reality, when an observer, when you, focus your attention on them. This means consciousness is literally turning possibilities into reality. So, what does this all mean? It leads to this incredibly profound conclusion. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Your conscious focus is the creative force that picks one single possibility out of an infinite field and makes it real in your life. Your attention, literally, is shaping your world. Okay, so this quantum stuff is cool on a cosmic scale, right? But what does it have to do with you paying your bills or finding a new job? How does this huge principle actually work in our personal biology?
Well, this is where we connect that giant quantum field to the reality-creating program that is running inside you right this second. It all starts with this simple feedback loop. When you think a thought, your brain makes chemicals that cause your body to feel the exact way you were just thinking. So you think an insecure thought, you start to feel insecure. Then your body sends a message back up to your brain that says, hey, yup, I'm feeling insecure, which then makes you think more insecure thoughts. This cycle of thinking and feeling over and over creates what's called a state of being. And your state of being, this combination of what you're thinking and how you're feeling, it's way more than just a mood. It actually generates a measurable electromagnetic signature. This signature is the signal you are broadcasting 24/7 out to the quantum field. And guess what? That field responds by sending you experiences that are a perfect match for your signal. Here's a simple way to think about how that signal works. Your thoughts send the electrical charge out into the quantum field. They're like the request. They signal what you want. But your feelings, they're the magnetic charge. They are what actually draws the experience back to you. So if you're thinking about wealth but feeling poor, you're sending a weak, scrambled signal. To create powerful change, your thoughts and feelings have to be aligned. Your brain and body have to be on the exact same page. Okay, so if we're constantly broadcasting this old signal that just recreates our past, how in the world do we change it? This last section is all about the how-to. It's the practical process of breaking the habit of being your old self and consciously writing new code for a new future. And the main tool we're going to use is called mental rehearsal. It's amazing. Research shows that if you just close your eyes and mentally rehearse doing something, your brain physically changes as if you were actually doing it. You can build the neural hardware, the brain circuits, for your future before it even happens. You're literally installing new software into your biological computer just by using your mind. The whole process really boils down to these 4 steps. And this isn't a one-time thing, it's a dedicated practice. Think of it like a 4-week transformation plan to completely overwrite that 95% subconscious program. First, get super clear on the future you want. Second, you rehearse it every single day. But step 3, this is the secret sauce. You have to teach your body what that future feels like emotionally. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the freedom now before it even shows up. When you repeat this for weeks, you unwire the old self and rewire a new one until that new state of being becomes your default. That's when you're broadcasting a brand new, powerful signal, and your reality has no choice but to change. And when you get right down to it, this whole journey is about breaking the single greatest habit you'll ever have, the habit of just being yourself. The real challenge is to stop being the person whose life you don't want anymore and start being the person whose future you do want. So I want to leave you with this one question. Knowing what you know now, that your thoughts create your life, that your attention directs energy, that you're broadcasting a signal right this very second, what future are you going to start thinking about today?